Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 1748 Southeast 92nd Avenue here in Portland. Located at the front of the house. I describe everything as if you're standing in the street facing the front of the home. So there's your front doorway. We line up fairly well at the kitchen window. You know, about a foot to the right of the window and straight out here right where just into the grass. I mean, just a couple inches off the concrete pathway. I check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water is running. We'll zero out at the base of the clean out here, and at the end, when the line is drained off, we'll also run backwards. I did a reasonable walk through the basement, didn't see an obvious clean out access, possibly one hidden like in a cupboard or something of that nature, but when I found this one out here, especially being a two-way, just opted for this one. So swapping over there to 3034 PVC pipe. That would appear to be 4-inch diameter pipe there as well. And kudos to the homeowners. They have done a great job of keeping the line clean. You have very, very little grease buildup in the flow line. Super, super minor amount. Some level of standing water there. Man, this really bends and meanders around. There. And there's our main connection. So what we've got right here, I'm not going to try and ram the camera through. There's no chance I'll make it, especially with the turns this line goes through. What this is a vertical drop. We're sitting directly over top the main lateral, and that is a vertical drop straight into the top of the main there. Rounding that bend is very difficult to do even with a straight shooting sewer line. So being that we're in the county we are well within city responsibility anyway. We're going to go turn the water off with the line drain out. We'll take a gander at things as we come back in. Alright, didn't have a lot of luck there locating. I'm going to pull in closer to try and catch the locate at the curb. It's a very busy road right now. It's hard to go out there and locate effectively. You got some standing water towards the very end of the line there, just before the main lateral. That should be well out into city territory, and it's not a belly I'd ever recommend you fix anyway. It's way too far from the house, way too small. A spot like that would require just straight up heavy abuse to ever get to a point where a blockage could happen. If you're abusing your line that hard, you're going to block up long before you get to that point. Alright, you got to locate here. We're still out beyond the curb in the street right now, but the line goes out and terminates on Southeast 92nd. In fact, almost straight in line with this clean out, you can see where a sidewalk square has been replaced. That sidewalk square there would appear to be where the line was, where they had to cut the ground up there for the sewer line to go through. Anyway, that thin little layer of debris you see in the flow line there is a very, very, very thin skiff of grease buildup. Transition joint here looks good too, by the way. All that PVC pipe there looks good. Everything appears to be intact, even the bellied area. And again, that's way, way out from the house. Not a spot there that's concerning. Tie-in here is going to be a test T connection. In case you're curious what that is. Every sewer line on Earth has one of those. Some people ask me what those are. It's very common to have those just before a transition. That's where they put the test bladder in when the line is first installed. They pressure test the line, and then once it's passed off, they cap that off there, and that's that. Never to be seen again. But very similar to a clean out. Alright, we are now going backwards toward the home. Line transitions over to cast iron pretty quickly. you're going to see some water running into the face of the camera here in a second. And just be aware, I'm going to probably do some reviewing of this video at home. I'm trying to shade my screen with an umbrella. I still have a pretty nasty light glare. That water is going to just help keep my camera lens clean, so when I pull back out here, I'll get a nicer view of stuff. And that first little bit of the cast iron there, as we were starting to make our way back, looked like it may have had a bit of rust scale buildup in it. We'll take a look at that. When you get really thick scale, it can be problematic. It can cause debris to hang up